Hello. Let's make sure that I am live officially. Let's make sure we can hear my volume, please. Welcome. Hello. Hello and welcome to those who are joining me in this lovely moment of time, because we have many people around various parts of time zones in the world, and it may be morning, night, day, afternoon. And so I welcome you regardless of where you're coming from, at what time you are, and grateful if you're here live. More so amazing if you're catching the replay. That's so cool too, guys. So yay. All right. Let's make sure. Okay, let's see here. Is anybody here that can at least let me know if the audio is good or not? Yay! It's going to be a very interesting, but very important live stream. I mean, every live stream that I do is done with intention and integrity. So I hold each and every live stream with very, a special cause and purpose. There are some topics that sometimes they concern me. Some topics and some categories and messages are interesting. So, but I do it with the best of intentions and integrity. So thank you. Okay. Yay. All right. So, okay. Oh my goodness gracious here. Let's make sure. Rosie, it's 10 o'clock Friday for you? Seriously? Where are you from? That's interesting, but that's awesome though. Well, I want to let everyone come in for just a moment here before I kind of get in my little flow. I have a lot to say. A lot to say. I promised myself I will do the best I can with the delivery of the messages, and I have quite a bit on my mind to deliver as far as messages. So I'm hoping for the best, and I expect the best for the process. So that's where we're at. Yay. Woohoo. Hi. Hi, Vinny G. Hi, Sandra, Shell, Scout, Libertarian Lush, Spirits. I haven't seen you in forever. Libertarian Lush, Rosie, New Zealand. Okay, awesome. Jennifer Layton, woohoo, Gen Z, Patch Adams. Yay. I'll have to reread all these other comments above that though. I missed them. I know I saw Emmy. I saw Stephanie Weffy. Patricia was here. I know that. So if they come back, amazing, guys. Dawn Greenway. All right. Let's just double check. All right. I know I had some messages from this person called Libertarian Lush. So let me just silently make sure that there's nothing important there that needs to be addressed immediately. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Libertarian Lush. Well, thank you 3 times. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. All right. So I hope everyone's doing well. Are you guys doing good? Tell me. I'm going to keep the small talk to a minimum because there is a lot of things on my mind that will be expressed in the best ways possible. It's always the best ways possible. So now, I didn't write down all my notes, but I do know the areas I want to talk about. I'm like, So bear with me. They're all here in my brain, and they never leave. They never leave my brain. So my goal is to keep them in sync and in order of importance and of relevancy, so that it's flowing, effectively and efficiently. All right. But thank you guys for hanging with me and joining me. Spirit, divine spirit of sunshine. Hey, hello, welcome. Stephanie Lee. Hey. Teresa Marie, Emmy, Stargazer, Patch, Jeff B, Tommy Larson, Kristen. Good morning, everyone, okay? All right. Let me see how we dive into this, because there's a lot in my mind. But good things, of course, always good things. That is one thing you can be guaranteed. That's for sure. With all the things circling, let me see where I'm going to begin first. Well, let me first start off with just some interesting things in my own current life right now. It's Friday, I guess, Friday morning here in Houston. I have had, for the last, I guess, week and a half or so, I've had both of my brothers who are Taurus. I love them dearly. Like siblings. They have been on my, visiting my mom, which is like, she lives like not too far down like maybe 10 minutes from my house. And that has been interesting. I love them. I love all my family, no matter how difficult they may be, no matter what. So I'm going to begin with something very casual and very personal, because I think that's the best way to kind of dive into this topic as we approach a lot of things on the fringes. Okay. So my brothers have been here, and they're both Taurus, and I love all people, guys. I do, but my brothers, they really, I love them no matter what happens, no matter who they are, doesn't matter what. And I will say it has been, difficult, because they're them. And even though they're both two Tauruses, they're different elements of Taurus, but they're both very clear Taurus, okay? And they have their unique little pieces. The point of me expressing this and going into this is to open it up, let me be more fluid and flowing as we get into other topics that are like deeper and harder, more challenging to cover, that are not related to my family. But so yes, yes, you could probably tell by the expression on my face everything that needs to be said. But I love them, and I'm happy that they are here in town, because they don't usually hang out here. They don't. One of them lives in Chicago, and one of them lives, had been in Dallas and other cities because of the union jobs and what they do for work. But of course, given the whole, crisis, the health, crisis, they, had like everybody, guys, they were, all of them, I'm sure everybody has been like out of work. So they're at my mom's house, both of them. So yeah, they've been there for a while. And they just, and like a Taurus does, they like to come to my house unannounced, like a Taurus does, and just like make themselves comfortable at home. And now I am very welcoming to my family and my siblings, very much so. But at least give me a call, because if I'm in the freaking shower, like, I just want to know. So anyways, I'm just laughing and keeping it playful as I begin this conversation, because I'm going to cover a lot of things anyways that are not related to my brothers. They're not. But it's a great way to kind of like intro into kind of something we're going to cover. All right, guys. So, whew, um, yeah, they're very good at making themselves very comfortable. Now, of course, I always let them feel comfortable at my house. Of course, I'm the oldest sister. I'm the oldest of four siblings, and I'm the oldest by a lot of years of all the siblings. Okay, and yes, I am. Yeah. So it's been interesting, the dynamics, the family dynamics, to see, not with me, well, of course I'm part of it, but just to see them at my mom's house. I'll call my mom up. How are things? How is it going? How are you holding up? And my mom is she's a Pisces. She's passive, and she doesn't usually she never says things that's on her mind unless she's, positioned or forced to do it, but she won't. So she says, yep, it's all good, which I know that's typical for Pisces. That's why Pisces sometimes irk me, because I want to know the truth. Don't lie to me. I'm telling you this for a reason. There's a freaking reason why I'm probably asking you, how are you holding up? All right, let's progress. So of course she doesn't say nothing. Oh yeah, things are wonderful. That's how she does it. That's how our family does it. My mom is just so happy to have my two little brothers with us. And then now they're grown men, so they're not like babies. But she does baby them. She's always babied them. She still babies them. All right. This might be part of why I have a hard time with Taurus. I love them. I love them all. I love everybody, guys. All right. So enough on the Taurus, because I'm gonna get killed by the Taurus people who watch my channel. They're gonna hate me, guys. Y'all are gonna hate me. Now, I never said Taurus women. I said Taurus boys. Taurus boys. They're still men, but to me, they're boys. Let's keep going. Well, yeah, let me go back to where I was going with this topic. That way I keep it focused here. So the point is that, we always have these family dynamics that we may not like. I mean, I surely don't like them. I mean, I surely knew I didn't like them like 35 years ago. I still don't like them today. Now, fortunately for me, I'm a very mature person, so I accept the situations. I've surrendered to the process of how the world works. I'm with peace on who they are. I don't hold them to higher standards, even though I would like to, because I'm a drill sergeant. I accept them for who they are, even if I don't like what they are. And they're not bad, so I might be being a little too harsh, because I'm a harsh person. I have a tough love kind of personality. It doesn't always go well with a lot of people. So if you're someone who needs kind love, I'll give it to you, but you better be able to handle some tough love too, okay? My point is that, there's a lot of family dynamics that are never pleasant. Whatever is pleasant anyways, right? I mean, think about it. We have parents who we don't like, siblings, elders. We have, relatives. We have cultures. We have society. There are a lot of dynamics that we don't like, that they're not pleasant. For whatever reason, the experience between us and that process, or us and that situation, or us and that person isn't always pleasant. But here is how we must look at things at moments, is, taking into account that, number one, if they're important to you, you still love them and you accept them. If you're able to. And number two, that you try to look past the dynamics and you try to see them and meet them at the level, you meet them at the wavelength that you can. Right now, if you are the more wise one, more mature one, like me, then you're always being, forced to be the bigger person. Everywhere in life, you're just forced to always be the bigger person. So you never get to be anything else. That's the role I've been forever. And I don't see it changing. I mean, I would like it to sometimes change a little bit, but it's real. So my point is that, you meet them on the wavelength that you can. Is it the one you want to? No, but it's the one that you can fine tune that process with. So I've learned to do this in all the years of my life for many years with my parents, with siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, elders, grandparents, a lot of things. And that has served me well because sometimes people actually don't have that ability to look at things from a very broader perspective. I mean, I think it would be common sense, but I've had to actually realize throughout the process here, a lot of people don't really understand that. And now I think that it should be a very basic awareness skill set to meet the person on. If you are the mature person, if you are the higher conscious evolved person, of course you don't just go to their level. You don't do that. Now people do that. That's why I'm going to call it out. People, now don't be mad if I'm going to call you out. I don't know who you might be here watching, but many people want to go back into sibling world, go back into whatever life that was back in and they just want to battle it. Why would you want to do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, people revert to old ways of being. That's how human beings are. So if you find yourself in those shoes, get yourself out because that's not conducive. That's not harmonious. That's not helpful to yourself. That's ridiculous to me. And you never win that way. That's a lose-lose scenario. You're gonna go in there losing. You leave losing. So don't play the losing game. Get out. Now, if you don't like it, that you're the bigger person, you like hold it to a higher standard. That's too fucking bad. Like in life, things are never fair, but you gotta still play the cards that you have been dealt as a human being, as a human soul. So it doesn't change the game. It's not always pleasant, though. All right? All right. So with that being, said, hold on. There's a few more thoughts with that whole thing. I'm going to see how I want to like bring that to surface here, where it's relatable to a lot of people in the world because it's a real thing. I don't want to be too detailed. Not to me. I'm okay to be detailed, but I want to be appropriate at the same time. So let me see if is that too much to say. I know my family doesn't watch my videos, and they're like, "You're so harsh on us." I know, but am I honest? Yes. All right, hold on. Let me think about how I'm going to say this. So, is that necessary? And that might not be necessary. Let me just kind of fast forward. That might not be necessary. Fast forward. Let me fast forward just a little bit on other topics, but also progressing with the conversation here. Okay. All right. So given all the family dynamics that we all experience and that we all encounter, no matter who we are in the world, whether you have any siblings, if you don't, that's okay, but you have cousins, relatives, aunts, uncles, grandparents, you still interact with people. So it's all relatable for all of us, regardless of what we have to work with. But, excuse me, excuse me. One area that I have found myself always faced with. Now, many people may not relate to this because of the obvious reasons. I'm going to still express it because it needs to still be expressed regardless if you can relate or not. But I'm going to take this part and pivot further laterally and talk about other areas. But it's very relative, okay? So, are you guys still with me? Yay, hope so. I hope so, guys. Hope so. Oh, good God. Okay, yay, you guys are still here. As long as I didn't lose you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going, okay? Oh. So in life, whether it's with your family or with colleagues, peers, other students, other cousins, relatives, friends, I mean, over the years of your life, you may or may not have experienced this, but I know I have absolutely experienced this a lot, almost too much. But if you've never, that's okay. If you have, then this will make sense. This piece. But I'm sure we can all relate in different ways, okay? So, let me take it from a sibling piece first, and I'm going to apply it to other areas because I don't want to go too like invasive. Siblings we can all relate to because it's like easy, but it applies to all areas, and I will cover that. But let's just take, I'm a person who is mature, very evolved, and I want the best for my family, my loved ones, my friends, anybody that I hold and consider near and dear to my heart. I want the best for them. In fact, I will go above and beyond to help position them, to do whatever it takes to figure out where their shortcomings are. And I will help them fill the gaps in. I will be their informational source. I will be I'll help and boost their confidence. I will help if there's an education gap, whatever is the gap, I'm going to find it, and I'm going to help them, piece together and blend so they can have the best possible life that's available to them. That's me. That's who I am in everyday life, with family, with friends, cousins, you name it. That's who I am every single day. It's who I bleed and breathe, that personality, okay? Now, over the years, I've had to let go of wanting to help so many people because, and I'm gonna start with my brothers because that's what, because I had to learn. Even when I have done whatever it takes to help position them, to help provide for them, I have done things people wouldn't do for their family, okay? I've done for my parents, my siblings, for a lot of people in my real life, okay? A lot. More than what you would ever imagine. It's almost ridiculous. I'm not gonna go into all the details, but it's unheard of. That is who I am. I'm a loyal person, I'm dedicated, I'm committed, and I want the best. I would want the best as though it was my life for them right there. All right? That is my intensity. If you don't know by now, that's who I am on the camera and in real life. Now, I've had to learn for a long time, not recently, but because we're back here recently, I'm like, oh my God, it triggers everything back to back in the day. So So yeah, so my two brothers, they're of course I'm the oldest of four siblings, so they're younger than me, but they're still grown men. I mean, they are by definition. So you know, um, I've helped in different ways and over the course of life over the years. I wanted to. I continue to want to help them. And one thing that continues to resurface just with them, is that there are realities that even I have to face, even as passionate and as committed and as loving and as everything that I am, and I want the best for them beyond I may want more for them than what they want for themselves. That's a real thing, guys. It's a real thing, okay? It's a real thing. So um now and I began to help them when they were younger. They're still young, but younger. And I did actually make a lot of strides with them and for them along the years. And they're not, first off, I'm only 35. They are adults for sure. Yes. But I'm a different kind of adult. I will take myself out of the equation so it's a fair representation. Otherwise it won't be fair, But I'm a different kind of human being, okay? Not being boastful, but let's just take me out just for a second. And like any probably men, they're men. They are men, sorry. They're not boys. Because my son's a boy, and that's not fair. So yeah, they're guys. I'm struggling to say them out my mouth. The struggle is real. It won't come out my mouth nicely. My point is that, I love them to death. I've helped them in many, important timelines. And I have actually helped them make monumental progress. There's details that are too much to say on camera. Too much. The point of me sharing this is that even with having me, right? And if you don't know me personally, that's okay too. But those who do know me, and then my family who knows exactly who I am, they know exactly who I am off the camera and on the camera. I'm the same freaking person. It's very real that I've helped them in ways that would be unusual to many. My point of saying it is that even with me helping them, having me as their mentor, and they didn't ask me. Wait, they didn't ask me to be their leader, their mentor, their coach. No, they did not. But they surely needed somebody to guide them and to mold them and to show them the direction to go. Yes, they absolutely did. Yes, they did. They may not back then, they may not acknowledge that because, of course, what child would do that? Oh, they don't know that. I certainly fucking knew that. Of course I did. So my point is that I've come a long way with them. A long way. And am I? No, I'm not going to say those words. Family are family, so you love them no matter how they show up to the process. Yes, you do. You learn to love them even when you give your all and they can't give you an ounce. You learn to accept them when you've given everything you have and they give you what they have to offer. It can be very hurtful because they are either oblivious, they're not consciously aware of what so and so is doing to contribute to really help. They may take it for granted. They're younger, of course they are. So of course they don't care. It's nothing to them, but really it's everything. And in fact, it's more than my parents would ever do for them. And even then, right, they don't really care. They love me, absolutely. They respect me, absolutely. But they don't want what I want for them. And that hurts. Now, I've learned to accept that years ago. But them coming back to my mom's house, not my house, I have my own house, my mom's house, and my mom has had them there for like almost a week and a half. I'm laughing my ass off. Seriously. 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 Not in a bad way though. In a funny way. In a funny way. But all the dynamics come right back to the surface because this is a real dynamic, right? We all have family dynamics, and I didn't choose. I mean, of course, no one can help the crisis that we are under health wise. So, of course, both of them are out of work because, well, one works in a union, so he'll get replaced, not replaced, but placed at a job site soon, hopefully. The other one, no, he works. No, they cut the position off for him. So, they're both at my mom's house. So yes. So I wanted to begin the conversation here tonight, to this morning, because it's morning, it's night, wherever you are, with the interesting dynamics that always persist, even ones that we've worked through over the years. They're real, and so I'm gonna begin it like this. We are just hitting the intro. Are you guys okay with me or not? And does anybody understand what I'm saying? I think you guys could do. I do think you'll understand me. I do. But in case there are those who don't, I'm opening it up to ask, and I'm checking it. Oh. Tony, Shell, Sylvia Tube, Scout, Mel, I didn't see you guys. I'm sorry if I missed people coming in. I apologize. I want to go my little boobins. Yay, Tommy Larson. All right, Stargazer, I think we're good. Okay, awesome. Exactly, we are a lot like, and Nacho Friend was saying, we are a lot. Oh, okay, thank you, Nacho Friend. And Chris and Kristen. And then Kristen says, she's the mom, always lets her son come back home. And of course, and let's be fair, what mom would do that? Seriously. My son's only 11, and I'm going to hope to God and pray, but if I was in a situation where who knows what would happen, I'm going to be the loving mother that I am. So we're going to all be faced with different dynamics, different family dynamics. They're going to persist. And if you missed the beginning, the intro part, I definitely suggest you rewind, because we covered like a lot of family dynamics that come across, that come through, and we're forced to face with, even as continuously, not just on holidays, right? See, when holidays are different, because holidays, everyone's willing to make the concessions. In holidays, people are willing to say it's the holidays, and people are different. But in a crisis like this, people are going to be more noticing. And when there is no, definite next step, like how we've all been faced with, well, then of course it leaves like for things to go back into like whatever state of being it was probably when you guys were like children, or like whatever, somewhere back in the time. You go back into time. So all I'm saying is that they get very comfortable. They lose awareness. I don't know. I never lose awareness, but people lose awareness. I don't lose awareness. So yeah, that's it. So if you missed parts, if you're just joining, you did miss a quite a bit of the topic that we're introducing, and I'm gonna parlay it and go further and deeper, and I'm gonna like go lateral with it. So, so yes, that's where we're at right now. Yay. And I love them with my mom. I don't mind them with my mom at all. It's kind of cool, Yes, I agree with Mel. I agree, Mel. But I would always let my kids come back. Oh yeah, if my kid or whoever had to come back, absolutely, yes. And I will always reapproach the situation like I would anything in life. hmm and that's what I've always done. And so sometimes you feel like, you know, when there's no reason to have, there's a certain position when things are hitting the fan and there's certain crisis moments. Of course, you don't go into like critical person of like, oh well, you should know better. And no, you don't go there during those moments. You don't. No, that would be ridiculous, unless there's a reason for that. But for the most part, I mean, I don't know. I'll speak for myself. I would approach it again, like I always do, with my loving self and kind of walk them through. Hey, well, what's going on? Like, let's figure this out again. You know, what happened? Is everything okay? I want it to be for you. I'm here for you. I love you. Talk to me. So that's what happens. Why is it so cold here? It's freaking cold. Hold on, guys. I have the AC on too cold, and I have to refill my Sprite. No, am I upset they didn't come to me? Oh no, Mel. No, I am not upset. No, I am not upset. No. I'm happy they went to my mom. That they belong there, not here. Anyways, I'm very happy they went there because my mom is my mom. My mom is their mom, and I like to have the appropriate roles for the proper relationships. Yes, I do. Now, my sister, I am like more like a mom and a sister, but with my brothers, nope, I want to only be their sister. That's it. I don't want nothing else. I'll be their mentor and their guide. I will help them, but I am their sister and I want to be nothing more than a sister. Does that make sense or not, guys? Hold on, guys. See, I have the AC on way too cold. Way too cold. Way too cold. Way too cold. Awesome. It was so cold. Oh, so cold. I'm freezing. I really am freezing out. just so you guys know, this is going to be a very wide topic. Not wide, no. This topic is going to be, well, if you missed the intro, then I do suggest you rewind. That way I don't want to get myself sidetracked too far. So if you are running and you can't keep up, you can always rewind, or you can just try to like hear where we're going, okay? That way I stay on track. But I do recommend if you are coming in later to rewatch the beginning, because we covered quite a bit. All right. Now, with me talking about the dynamics, there's a purpose for it. Number one, I was keeping it kind of casual, but also real. And I'm going to parlay it into other things. There's a lot of things I'm going to talk about. So I that was the best way to like begin. Now other topics I'm going to cover are not related to my brothers. Of course not. But I think it was the best way to kind of like segue into the topic of the video. All right. So, yay. Yay. Oh gosh. Okay. That's good. It's funny. See, I don't like when I have hair in my drink. How does my hair get everywhere there? It's kind of gross. Kind of gross. Okay. Now, let's get back on topic. Now, like I said when I began the conversation, okay, when I began the live stream, I did say, well, I wrote it in the chat. I said, well, hold on. I did say that it would be, well, I'm not sure the exact words I used, but pretty much I said that it's going to be, you know, the words, I'm not sure what I said, but I wrote in there that be a little hard. I'm going to cover some things, okay? I'm going to cover some things, and some of the things aren't going to be pleasant. They may be a little harsh, okay? So I'm going to do my best to handle and navigate it as best I possibly can. So that's what you're in for, and we haven't really began yet, okay? But I'm going to do my best to move right along, all right? So that's what we're doing here. It's over here. Why is this right here? Okay, so I'm back. And hopefully I can get to all the parts, the pertinent parts. That's why I'm not focusing on the chat too much. I want to keep right here on target to do my best to get through the various elements here. Yeah, so I apologize for those who are like, hey, she's not, no, I'm here, I'm right here. I haven't probably said hello to everybody because I'm focused here. Okay. So, all right, hold on. Oh yeah. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Hold on with that thought. Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. Okay. In life, we are who we are, right? And we all have different traits to ourselves that define who we are, right? That make us all up as individual people, which is amazing because we are humanity, and that is the blessing. It's the blessing of humanity that we are actually individually unique. We are comprised of so many multifaceted layers of who we are. So never ever forget that we are an incredible species, even in the midst of something like this or other situations or crises in life that you may be facing in the past, in the future, whatever lifespan you're on. We are still an amazing species, and you have no idea, guys. You have no idea how many let me go. You have no idea the odds of being a human being, okay, are 1 in every 400 million. So the fact that you are alive and breathing is a rarity in itself. Okay. For those who want the factual, logical, analytical parts to it, for those where that satisfies that little itch, yeah, okay. Now, there is of course a lot more, but I'll bring some facts here as well, concrete information for sure. So, given the dynamics that we are all faced with as a you're a human being and you're alive. And let's even remove this moment, this crisis, this situation. Let's just take it from a macro. Do you guys know how to do this? I mean, I do this all the time. Can you suspend the current reality and stand back? Do you guys know, I mean, this is how I always operate. So you suspend reality, the current reality, like you know it's there, but you put it right here. Okay. You know it's there. You're not debating it. You put it right there, and then what you do is you step back, and you step back again, and you step back, and you think about, what does the bigger picture look like? You still know this is right there. Still, it's not leaving. So don't think about this. That will be there when you come back. But suspend this and just go back and then go back again. And think about really whatever comes to your surface, because people will think and operate differently. You know what I'm saying? People will have their own perspective, their own viewpoints, their own ways of understanding the world, and that's okay. That is great, right? But in these moments, like these moments, it's a really great technique to keep yourself grounded and balanced with relativity. And how you do that, if you've never done that before, it's a great technique to learn to do. All right. All you do is say, here is what is. You put that reality right here. You know it. You're not going to debate it. You know it's there. You're not going to leave it for long. You're going to put it right here. All right. And then you step back. And you step back again. And whatever comes to surface is whatever is supposed to come to surface for you. And we're all different. We're wired differently. We have so many elements that make us up as individual people. It would be inappropriate for me to say, here's what you should be thinking about. That makes no sense, because you guys are not wired like I am. Obviously not. I mean, come on. So, and do you want to wire like me? I don't know. My point, we're all very unique people. And what we may see as we step back and then again may differ from one to another. And that's the beautiful part of being a human being. All right, guys? Hey, Trudy. Good to see you. Okay, we're gonna keep going, okay? Now, if you did miss the beginning part, I certainly do suggest and recommend that you do go back because we didn't know bullshit. We went right into it. We did. Okay. It's very much so worth listening to and watching. If you're just joining, that's great. I'm happy you're here, but don't miss out on the intro. We covered a lot already. Okay. Now let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, you know, I'm here, but I like to make sure when I'm with the energetics, it's gonna flow real, it has to flow right. So, all right, hold on. But hold on, I want to stay in this, stay right here first. Um, a lot of times, guys, in our everyday life, no, guys, don't. If you missed the beginning, we covered a lot about the family dynamics, which are super, super critical to listen to. That you don't have to go rewind right now, but you're gonna miss a big element of what we're doing. So, okay, we're gonna keep going. I want to stay on point and be focused. That way, I'm not too distracted. I'm gonna stay right here in the zone. So, um, forgive me if you think I'm not acknowledging you. I will, but I want to stay right here, okay? So thank you for having the space. Hold the space for me. Thank you so much in advance. Thank you. I value you if you're here with me. I value you that you're here with me. There's nothing that goes unnoticed with me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing goes unnoticed with me, okay? So, I want to preface this appropriately. Hold on. So, let me ask this question because there, you guys know that you guys know that I read energies. And I feel there's a mix of energies coming in the room. Okay, I do feel it. So I want to know if you're new, if not that you're new, not new to me. Well, you can be, if you're just coming in, say, you're just coming in, and if you've been here from the intro part, say, so if you, yeah, just write what you guys want to do. I do feel an influx of new energy coming to the room, and so that's why I feel like there's like a moment. So if you're just coming in, say now. If you've been here from when we began, or at least earlier in the stream, then say before. Okay, because I definitely feel the energetics 100%. So I want to know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good God. Hi, Mel. Hi, Mel. Anybody else besides Mel Mel and Celia Tube? I'm looking for the people who just came in, or at least who are, now maybe being more present. All right. All right, all right, all right. We're going to keep going. Who shall? Sorry, Shell says sorry, Nacho. He was asked who? Okay, there was a nuisance? I didn't even notice that. Thank God I didn't. Was it like from the beginning? Wait, no, for real. Like I didn't even notice that, which is no, I don't really care about it. I really don't. Um, that was not my thought or my concern at all. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna be fair. I did feel a disruption. I did not feel it was a troll though. I didn't think they were behaving inappropriate. I don't know. Not based on that part, guys. Not based on that. No meaning meant. They were being mean. He was there was a guy being impatient. Oh my God. Okay. Well, my point was not even that anyways, guys. Sorry. I don't like to give attention to trolls. No. Me only stopping this was because I did feel, not that person. No. I did feel a transition. I did. Not. I didn't even know that happened though, but I did feel it. I did feel a transition in energies, and so I had to like recalibrate here. But I had no idea there was a troll. I don't pay attention to the trolls anyways. Trolls, be gone. Whack a troll. So funny. All right, guys. Okay, let's get back. Let me get back. All right. All right, so yes. Oh yeah, no, Shell knows we do. We know how we handle things here. It doesn't matter. It's unacceptable. Nope, I agree. Shell understands, and those who have been with me for a long time, they know we don't play that game. We don't do that. I don't know what they did anyways, because I didn't even see it. I don't care. They didn't belong. If they're gone, that's probably accurate, guys, because they didn't belong here. So that's perfectly about me. All right, let's keep going. So, now if you're a person in your life where you're always focused on, I'm not saying always, but people tend to be, if you're a person who tends to be the bigger person in life, like, so you have family, friends, even like with your spouse or your partner or your siblings or your family, we all know the dynamics that always take place regardless of age, right? Regardless of gender. No, those things go out the window when a family dynamics. So we know who the people are, in your own family life experience, where if you are always the bigger person, then that's your role, whether you want it or not. Like sometimes I don't want that role. Now I don't mind that role, but there are moments when I don't like that role because I'm like, what the F? What the F? What the F? So if you resonate with that thought, say, yes, I want to know. I still do want to know. I do want to know. Yay. And anyways, Mel cut her nails. She did her own acrylics. the longer length, which I was very jealous of in a very good way. Not a bad jealous. No, not a bad. A very healthy, beautiful jealous. Like, oh, that's so awesome. Like the excitement. That's the kind. And then I saw her video. They were trimmed down. What the heck? I was laughing. All right. Okay. Back on target. So, okay. So if you relate to being in your family and you may have to always be the bigger person, whether you want to or not, and whether it's always convenient or not. And let me tell you, if that's your real role, it does suck because you're always the one who has to like concede. If you're really the mature person. Now, if you're not, then you don't relate. But if you are, you're like, all right, like let's just make this work. We're not here to get into all the let's make it work. What do you need? What do you need? Okay. Done. Right? Right, guys? Has anyone ever felt that way? Yes or no? Has anybody felt that way when you are in your family dynamics and you have to constantly be the bigger person in life? You're like, oh, it kind of sucks because in life you're like, well, hell, it's never gonna be fair for you because they clearly can't see your position, but you're forced to always see their position. It gets really annoying if you are that person. At the same time, there is no other place to be. You're just forced to be in the process of, okay, well, here we go. Here we go. All right. I don't like it. There may be some times where I say, I don't like it, but let's just move forward. That is what I will do. If there are things I really don't like and it requires me to speak up, I absolutely will. Yes. I'm laughing. But I'm usually very, 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 very kind about it. But I don't want to be hassled. Not gonna hassle me. No. I'll let it go. I'll let it slide because I know the bigger picture. I'm not gonna waste my time on the ancillary pieces. It ain't gonna work. Not with me. So with family dynamics, that is what's happening all the time. Does anybody relate to being that in the experience of those dynamics? It's yes or no, guys. It's just yes or no. God, why does this keep happening? Like, not you guys here. I'm sorry, I feel like a burp had to come out, and sorry. Hi, Sarah Marie. So yes, everyone pretty much is saying they understand. They've been with that process at one point in their life or another, or maybe it's what they deal with on a regular basis. Either way, we can relate to having those experiences of like, let's move this along. Right? Because let's just say you're not that person naturally. Let's go lateral for 1 second. Let's assume you're not that person in your family. But maybe in a peer level experience, you might be that person because you desire to be more. But in your family dynamics, you know there's somebody else and you want to just pout. You want to pout your ass off. Let's be fair. Let's call it for what it is. Let's be real. If you can't be real with yourself, then who are you real to? Right? Now, I'm not going to be mad or upset if you are somewhere in public experience. You're like, well, okay, I'll have the high route. But in your family, you're like, no, let so-and-so do it because so-and-so always does it. It's a real question. If you yourself are not willing to answer that for yourself, then reflect. reflect, okay? But there's a real thing. That's a fucking real thing. Don't mistake. It's real, okay? But I know many people, lots, in one element, they're like, oh, yeah, yep, oh yeah, I'll be so and so here, but I ain't gonna be so and so in my family. Oh, why would I? Because other person, they always know what, you know what, let them deal with that. Why would I want to, be more when there's somebody else who's gonna do it? I'm laughing. I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm laughing for lots of reasons. Yes, I am, but it's okay. Oh yeah, with family, you don't have a fucking choice. No, Tommy Larson, you're saying you're out of the family. You don't. No. You're honest because you don't have a choice with family. You don't get to pick and choose your role. It is already there. It's there already. It's there. Like you can try to be a different part, but it's there. Let me stand up. Hold on. I do not want to burp on the camera. It's so it's gross. But yeah, of course, with family, with the family, you're already, they know exactly your role. Everybody in your family, they know the role. Please, there's no escaping it. I'm saying that in a different position, like maybe peers, work, blah, 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 social media, you could be whatever you want to be. You can pretend all fucking day long. Sure. But we know who you are. You cannot escape. The dynamics of family are there. So don't mistake yourself, but be real with yourself. Now, you can always grow to become more, and that's a good thing if you're willing to actually be authentic with it. If you're not going to be authentic with it, then think about, ask yourself another question. What is the purpose of who you are trying to be? Because if you find yourself trying to be someone you're not, that's not in alignment with who you are, but you enjoy it, I'm a little concerned because there might be more to peel back for yourself. That's a real thing, guys. It's a real thing, okay? So, oh, I totally do it for the piece of things, sure, but no, I know my role. I totally know my role. I do. Yeah, totally. Okay. I feel like I'm burping. I'm not even trying to burp at all, but I feel like there's like, maybe I'm gonna stand up. It's weird. Oh. Let me just stand up here. It's weird. So weird, guys. Ooh. Sorry. Me too, Mel bailing out. Oh yeah, family always bails. I mean, well, a lot of things bail. Okay, hold on. I said I want me to stand up for a purpose. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying the conversation. We have people here in the chat, and y'all are not giving me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up because I don't ask y'all for anything. Literally zero. And that's okay. But at least give me a thumbs up. And I also appreciate comments below. That's it. Nothing else. But let me just stand up because otherwise I look like a creep. Look like a creep. I look like a freaking creep. My son always says, Mom, please don't tell people you're a YouTuber. I'm like, I'm not. No, I'm not. But you are not like the way that people think of YouTubers. No. Oh, shit. I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard. I really am laughing though. I'm laughing. I want to make sure it's not burning the camera. It's so embarrassing. Oh, so embarrassing. Yeah, I know. This bright probably has me. And did Memo ever respond to the nails or not? Did Memo ever respond to the nails? Yes or no? I had asked her a question about her nails and she never replied to me. Ah. Nobody wants to see my mouth on camera. It's so embarrassing. Hi, Kimmy. How are you? Thanks for coming and saying hello. Oh, you have them long? No, Memo, I saw them. You cut them down. You cut them down. I saw your video. The one you uploaded today. I'm like, she cut them down. And the photo was nice and long, and then like your video, they were short. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, what the hell am I doing here? Grenadine. What the hell is grenadine? If that's more sugar, no. Don't give me any more sugar because I'm naturally hyper. If you don't know, Sprite has no caffeine, guys. You don't want to see me on Coca-Cola. I laugh. Sorry. All right. All right. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay. Oh, crap, hold on. Damn. All right, here we go. So, like I said earlier, guys, it's gonna be a little bit, not harsh, but you know. All right, guys. Sorry. Hold on. Ow. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I don't like new lipsticks, but they're kind of weird. Sorry. All right, let's get started, okay, guys? Let's go back. I had an intermission, so thank you for being patient. But we have a lot to accomplish, a lot to cover. And if you were here in the beginning, you heard me say that there are some elements that I'm going to cover that might not be pleasant. I'll do my best to cover it pleasantly as best I can. But there are some harsher realities that we must consider in order for us to like really get to, more truth. Thank you, Scout. Thank you. Well, Mel, because a lot of things I'm going to cover are kind of harsh. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, let's just try to. You missed Mel. You missed the beginning. I had to talk about brothers, guys. Sorry, you missed the beginning, Mel. Okay, yeah, I did. It's okay though. But there was a lot that I was covering, and there's still a lot in my mind. So yes. All right. We're gonna move on. No, it's a continuation, but we're gonna move on laterally here, okay? So thank you for being patient with me. Thank you. We're gonna cover deeper parts to what the video is titled. And it is titled Purposefully. Next on the docket. Sorry. Thank you. All right, hold on. I know the truth is never pleasant, especially for me. Aww. All right, let me go back to what I'm doing here, okay? All right, here we go. Let me just go back to my mindset here. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is there's a lot I want to like touch upon. I can't go too deep into every part, but I want to at least cover enough significantly the elements that are real and pressing and they're relevant. So bear with me, okay? I'm doing my best. Hold on here. I don't want to get too harsh that quick. It's just not appropriate. So hold on, guys. I'm right here. Promise you. And, well, hold on. Hold on. All right. All right, guys. Oh, yeah. I'm only a truth speaker. I may, well, here's what I can say. Astrologically, my ascendant, my rising sign is Libra. I'm a Scorpio in every other element. So my natural element is harmonious experiences for all. But the depth of me is going to go under the surface and nothing is going to escape the process. All right, sorry, hold on. I have some things to cover, so bear with me because hold on. Oh, good God. What the hell? All right, sorry. No. Yeah. Oh. Hold on. God. Hold on. I'm going to go into, okay. I'm going to cover some things, guys, so just bear with me, okay? Now, this is going to be very, like I said, not intrusive, but you guys get it, okay? Who? Sorry. Hold on. Who believes their own lies? Sorry, I'm focused here, okay? Sorry. Mhm. Now, I'm going to bring some elements, some facts that are very real that we're going to ask ourselves. And they're going to also create us the moment to really ponder some further thoughts, okay? But we're going to go beyond that too, okay? So okay. We're going to start with this, okay? I want to make sure I segment into this appropriately, but I like to be very I like to keep it very also authentic. Oh, I'm always authentic, but more personal. When it's more personal, it's very real. And what I do on this channel is 100% real. There is nothing that's not real. When I say make it more personal, that means like give you more my own personal experience, like my own real life, like my family, like how I began the stream earlier today about like my brothers. So I'm gonna begin this one the same way. Sorry, I'm like, how do I think I was talking extra loud. I'm laughing. If I was talking extra loud, tell me. I had these in my like earplugs. Holy crap, sorry. If I was, just tell me. It's okay. If I was, I apologize. If I was screaming, freaking tell me if I was screaming. Okay, we're gonna keep going though. We're gonna keep going. Like, you know how if you ever have earplugs in your ears, yeah, your sound is off. So if I was yelling, I wasn't meant to be yelling. Okay, great. All right, let's keep going. Okay. So for those who may not know, and probably nobody knows, but I would say maybe I've covered bits and pieces and glimpses over the time here on YouTube. Definitely on all of my social media, I did create posts about these elements. I have talked about it before. I absolutely have. I don't know how far deep I've gone into it because I don't know. I tell you guys a lot of things about my real life, a lot of fucking things. I've had friends and family say, that's too much. Well, that's who I am. And I've agreed. I have personally made a choice to do this. And that choice was a very deliberate and intentional choice that I won't discuss at this point because I don't want to get sidetracked. But yeah, absolutely. So my point of saying that is that you're good. You're getting real elements. There's nothing here that's not real. So I say that to preface this conversation. So you know, both of my parents, I would say, were probably from like I don't know the exact ages or the ages or the years, but I would say they're both baby boomers. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And both of my parents came from very immigrant families. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. Like I actually appreciate the fact that like they were very hard workers and they came, not them, not my direct parents. Hold on. Not my direct parents, but their parents. So my grandparents on my dad's side came from Italy across the boat with nothing on their shoulders or their back besides the clothes on their body. And on my mom's side, they came from Mexico. So of course I'm like half Italian, half Hispanic. So if you don't know what I was ethnicity wise, I'm 50-50. So in case you were ever wondering, I'm 50-50. That's not relevant, but okay. So they both, not my direct parents, but my grandparents. So of course, my parents' parents were okay. So basically, my parents were first generation American. I guess that's the best way to say it properly. Are you following me or not? All right. Anyways, my point is that I never really, when you're younger in life, those things aren't relevant because, well, why would they be? Let's be fair, right? Back, when you're a child, you're not thinking about any of that, and it's not a bad thing. What child would ever think about that? That's just not realistic. My point of saying that is that it does help put things into a little bit more perspective, as you get older, because it is important to know more about when you're mature enough later in life to know more about things, then you can kind of make more sense to other elements. Okay. Now it may not apply to some people out there, and that's okay too. But there's a reason why I'm going to bring this up. So, guys, are you with me or not? Are you with me or not? Because if I'm losing you, just tell me. Just tell me. Now, this is not to go into like those dynamics. It's just to preface. That's all it is. Just to preface. Okay. So, my point in even bringing that part up is because, who I am, which is different than most people, because I'll be fair, I would say I'm a very complex individual. Very, I would say absolutely very complex and not everyone's cup of tea. And I would definitely put me in a different category. So let's just remove me, but let's just use my information to make it practical. So, of course, when I'm little and growing up, and no one tells me nothing, and they growing up in life, of course. Now, is it their job to say that? No, of course not, because I have to be privy to their level of conscious awareness, whether I like it or not. I'm not mad about it, but if you come into this world as an offspring of anybody, and you are more highly evolved, if you come into this world more consciously evolved as a child, nothing's wrong, okay? But throw yourself into a whirlpool of shit. There's no information, and trying to figure out things was nearly impossible. Not impossible, but there was no information. There was nobody. There was nothing. All I could see as a child. Now, we're not talking about me spiritually or, logic with a child. I had lots of questions that they could never answer for me, and I did not like that. But I had no other way but just accepting whatever they gave me, and I never fucking liked it. I never did. I wasn't upset, but I got no information on it, and that bothered me for when I was a kid. I was like 10. Like, I don't understand this. And of course, my family's like, they didn't understand my question. Like, I'm not even joking. It sounds kind of funny. It's not funny. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. But seriously, oh, both of okay. So and this is why I also talk about generational experiences on my channel. I have videos on the generational gap because there's a lot of informational and educational and economical and societal things that do take place, and you will always hear me talking about a lot of elements. That's separate. Sorry, I had to bring that in there. But my point is saying is that when you're a child, you don't know that. Nobody tells you that. You're just there, right? Or not, guys? No. And like, I was very blessed that even though both of so not my parents, but my grandparents were both immigrants from Italy and from Mexico. And what they did instill into their own life was super hard work ethic. And I'm so grateful. If there is one thing that I will take away from their positions, it would be unbearable, relentless, resilient work ethic. Yes. Oh, yes. I'm a workhorse. It's not flattering. It isn't flattering, but it's real. So, that's one element. Now, I wanted to say that because, it is important to know when. Let's back up here. No, I don't really want to get into other elements of this. Hold on. Yeah, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there at this point. No. So, here, okay, I'm going to fast forward without going into those other details. I will cover it later, not right now. But my point in bringing that up is that like um my parents were first, generation American. They were both born here in America and in Illinois, Chicago. And so I would be considered second born or second generation. But when you're born here, well, they were born here too. Of course they were. They were. My point is that you don't think about the previous history or like the previous awareness or the previous educational. You don't. Of course not. So of course, when I'm in school and I am a very intelligent child and I am asking my parents lots of questions, of course I would. They don't have the answers. They don't. And of course, it disappoints me. Yes, it does. And my whole life, I felt there was a shortfall in who I was becoming and who was meeting me in the process. Yes. Now, I'm not saying that everybody feels that way, but I definitely know. As a child, I was like second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and I just didn't like. I was okay with the environmental experience. I did not like the lack of intelligence, and that sounds ugly to say. It does sound ugly. It does. It does, but it's real. And I'm only, if we're talking about second grade, of course, I'm not going to have all the intelligence at second grade. Of course not. But there was a conscious awareness that is irreplaceable. You are born into this body. You as a person have a soul. You have a conscious awareness. You are a person before you come to a body. And your consciousness, it will grow at the age appropriate level, but you still come into this world exactly how your soul was evolved prior lifetimes. Now, of course, at second grade level, my spirit guide, I'm not going to get all the information as an adult at second grade. That's not real. That would be inappropriate and not healthy. So, but I don't know at that age. I'm like, what is wrong with everybody? Seriously, I've asked that question forever. I still ask it just for shits and giggles. What the F? But I say it because it is a real thing. And I've also, over the years, this is not recent, so we're going back to like, I was a child, but the point that me saying is my mom did go to school, yes, and college. My dad, nope. He never went past like, he never went to high school. Okay, and both of my parents were able to provide and put all four of us through private Catholic education for her whole life. And that was because my mom wanted to do what her mom wanted. If it was that's my mom, she would not have done that. No, but her mom was so adamant about the Catholics, the Roman Catholic school, and blah blah blah. Fine. So I went to a Catholic school my whole life, and I'm grateful. I'm so grateful because I'm grateful. It probably helped me actually utilize the skill sets that were there that I probably would not have been activated at a public school. I'm not being ugly about public schools, but those are real things that people sometimes don't think about. Now, I'm not getting sidetracked here, but the reason why I brought this up is because my dad was somebody with no education. And he's always been a person to create. He's been a leader. He has found ways from his experience to persevere, to defy the odds. I couldn't even properly dictate all of the elements that who from where he was to who he had become. But the part that I do want to share about him he has no education. I would say I'm not being ugly. I would say is zero. I'm not being ugly. So if that sounds ugly, it's not meant to come across like disrespectful. I respect the process, and times were different back then. So it's not the same as maybe today or so he when he was like 10, like he was paying for, this is difficult because guys, back then it was just different. He was also part of 4 siblings, and when he was like 10 and 12 years old, he was working to help contribute to his family. I can't even imagine how much that can contribute, but it does show you the person and the character that he has, who he's always been. With no education, he continued to push, and he never wanted what he saw. He understood what he saw. He saw poverty. He saw complete devastation. He saw very clearly poverty. Yes, he did. And he didn't want that for even for his siblings. No, he didn't. No. He didn't want that. So my point of saying it is that over the years of his life, he's still young at this point, but I was probably maybe 6 years old, 7 years old. We lived in my grandparents. He helped get my grandparents, which his parents, to buy their first property, which was a big deal back then, guys. This is a very big deal. I know this sounds like no big deal today, but back then it was a very big deal. All right, so he helped give them the information, and he helped guide them to get a property, which absolutely helped them as life went on. But here's the more important part, is that he was very charismatic, and he wanted more for people, and whatever role he would do, he was all in. He's also a Cancer. So if anybody here is a Cancer, I'm not a Cancer. He's a Cancer. He's a Cancer. Absolutely. He's a full freaking Cancer. Okay. No, the zodiac sign. My mom's a Pisces. All right. So all right, let me just regroup here. So he began to do motivational seminars from the basement. I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. I have no idea what they're doing. Zero idea. I'm 5 or 6. But of course, I was the only kid, creeping down, what is going on here? Not just creeping. I'm 5 or 6. Or maybe, I think maybe could have been 7. I'm not sure. The point, no, I was 6. So, no, yeah, I probably was actually 5 or 6. I was not older than that. The point is that this is back in the day. Let's go back, guys. Okay. Over 30 years ago, you tell me what person with no educational background is giving motivational speeches to salesmen. They're paying him. He never asked to do this role. My dad was a salesman. He began as a salesman, and then he worked his way through the finance, and then he became a general manager over many car dealerships in Chicago, Illinois. But he didn't get there overnight. It took him obviously many, many, many years. But I remember being 5, and in the basement, the dealership had said, "Hey, Orlando, I need you to do so, we're gonna have these people and I'll pay you, but I need you to like da da da. I don't know how it went down, and they would come to the basement. This I was 5. And there they were, men, like in groups of 20 men. And there he was. That's very interesting to me, and very powerful to know a person with no educational background was so committed to not only helping their work, their own self, but even other people. And that's very monumental because a lot of people in this world, they're very selfish. A lot of people have no interest in helping anybody. In fact, the ugly part of the world, the harsh truth is that, in fact, the uglier truth, hear me out. The uglier truth, people, they don't even want to help you. You know why? If they help you, you might be better than them. And they're not willing to accept that as a possibility. So instead of helping the common man, the neighbor, the team, humanity, oh no. You know what they do? They will hurt you left and right, and they will defy. They will be your friend in your face, and they will laugh behind your back, and they have no interest in helping you. And that's real. That's very real. So if you can find a person, a group, anybody who is authentic, who does have your best interest, don't lose them. One little piece. We have more to cover, though. We have more to cover. But it's real, guys. Trust me. If you think you have friends, I mean, I don't want to hurt anyone's thoughts or feelings, but I'm a very real friend. Anybody who feels that I am their friend, you can guarantee I am your friend. Absolutely. If you know I'm your friend, you can guarantee I'm your friend. Yes. But it's not the case for a lot of other people. And that's unfortunate, but it's real. And it hurts even to imagine the ugliness and the harsh and the disgusting elements that are real, but they're there. And they're there and they're ugly and they're disgusting. But it's real. And so, like I said, I'm going to cover a few topics here, and they're going to be harsh, but they're needed to be, discussed. So, are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Rebecca Sassy Shades. And one really funny thing that people know, okay, just this is a side note, but it's so real, okay? But this should help. This should just be interesting to hear my character. Most people, if you date somebody, whether it's a casual date or if it's regardless of how short or how long the dating experience is between you and other person, okay? Even in the midst of whatever happens, right? I can say with 1000% certainty, I can back it up. Any person I've ever dated, ever in my fucking life, I have they have respect for me, and I accept them. I respect them as a person. Yes, they were not always the best. but they were always good people, and we value the humanality, and there is no animosity. There's nothing there. There's nothing there in a very negative manner, and that's important to say. Absolutely, yep. That's my choice, though. That's who I've been my whole life, and I wanted to say that because that is when you know who the person is based on how they interact in many facets of life. Yeah. Yep. And so, anyways, they may not have been important people, but it was important to still say that little part because that's real. Absolutely. And no offense, but so many people have horrible relationships. I'm not here to knock those parts down, but I am here to acknowledge that I have no regrets. There was pain in relationships in the past. There was, but I know everybody that I had relationships with, and I'm on really good terms with everyone. And in fact, they reach out to me. Hey, where have you been? How you doing? I'm like, oh my God, well, why is so and so like it kind of freaks you out, like, oh my God, what the hell? What? Just for fun. But they're living life. Oh yeah, things are good. Things are good. Just checking on you. Hope you're well. That kind of thing. And not that you guys care about that, but I just felt that was so important to actually bring this up because that's real. That's real. You tell me, who do you know? Ask yourself. Are there any relationships in your past whole life where you can sit in a room and exchange dialogue and there's no hard feelings? Like I said, this is not for this conversation, but I thought it would be relevant to show you more about my character. All right, now let's keep moving along. What? What happened, Sassy Chains? Hi, Lisa J. Melissa. Hello, Rebecca. Sassy Chains. Yes. No. Yeah. Of course. Of course. Why do I keep burping? It's horrible. Horrible. Now, what I will hold on. I will say this though about any person I've ever been like involved with, relationship wise. They will say I was very different and interesting and complex, which I know. They will probably say that I helped them grow the most and that I taught them a lot of things about many areas of life. And there was always tougher growing pains, but at the end of the day, they valued and appreciated who I was to them at the end of the day. And that is very important to me. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I'm not easy to date. I'm laughing. And I do not want a Taurus thing. And thank God I've never dated a Taurus. Thank God. I would not do well. Did y'all forget my intro? My brothers are Tauruses. And yeah. Next on the docket. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I had to be funny. I had to have some funniness here. I had to. I just had to. All right, let me keep going, okay? Let's keep going. Okay. And I got really hot. Mel, your daughter is a Taurus? Oh. And you're a Virgo? Okay. No, the dynamics differ based on other elements. So I'm a Scorpio and I don't want Taurus. I know. Unless they have some special goddamn chart that I don't know about yet, then I'll consider. Otherwise, to me, it's like a big X. No. Save yourself. Go spin your wheels somewhere else, because I can guarantee you I'm not going to bite. So don't waste your fucking time here. Go. They annoy the crap out of me. They're so all about, don't bring me a Taurus. You won't like it, Taurus. Don't come for me. You can, but you're not going to like it. Save yourself the embarrassment. I'm kind and gentle, but Taurus they're very over. Don't get me started. Don't. They have the same freaking like play. I'm like, seriously? I'm not interested. Please stop. Just stop. Oh no, they don't. Please stop. They don't. I said stop. Well, why not? You don't want no? I said no 5 fucking times. What part did you not understand? Oh, why? Is it because of this? No, it's not even important. I don't even need to explain myself. No. No. Sorry, I know. I was role playing with myself here for just a moment, but it's real, and that is exactly how it's going. Yes. No, but no. If you're a female Taurus, I love you as a friend. If you're a male Taurus as a friend, I will like you as a friend. You just can't be more than that to me. You can be my friend, and that is the extent that's available if you're a male Taurus. Nothing more. Nothing more. Unless you have some special goddamn rare chart, I will look at it. But then be ready for me to scrutinize the whole shit out of it. So like, just don't. No. Okay. Don't. I know. I will have to say. And we're not done yet. Let's keep going, okay? No, I can't overheat though. You could be my friend, but don't press it for more. Okay? Don't press it for more. Don't press it for more. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's regroup. Hold on. We're not done, guys, okay? Like I told you. We got some things to cover, okay? Sorry. I can't worry about heartbreaks. I just can't. I'm sorry. Somebody else will help you, okay, Patch? It ain't gonna be me. Let's keep going, okay, guys? All right. Oh yeah, okay. So my point in talking about how my dad was a motivational speaker, the point of bringing that whole part up to reference was because I was about maybe 12 to 14 years old, and I began to hear the audio. This is back in the day. They had cassette tapes. And back in the day, the cassette tapes, it was a luxury to have a whole like big thing. Not me, my dad had them. And he would listen to Tony Robbins. I never knew who Tony Robbins ever was. Of course not. And so I thought it was interesting because when I was little, I would listen. And I didn't know who the guy was. Of course not. and he never told me who he was. Nope. Then one year, one summer, one year, my dad like wanted to like punish me, and he was like, Katrina, you're going to listen to this entire cassette plan. You know, the cassette plans back then had like probably 10 tapes, not CDs, cassette tapes. And he said, I want you to transcribe the entire lesson plan or the cassette. It was like a whole. These are back when like they're big you guys know it was a big plastic and you open the whole plastic thing, and there's like 10 tapes, and I'm like, why? I don't want to do that. You will. I'm like, okay. So, anyways, one summer I spent the entire summer freaking transcribing Tony Robbins tapes. I found it interesting. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It was a punishment. Anyways, now that's not quite inducive to who I am though. However, I will at least give my dad credit, tiny credit, not much. I can't give him too much. Can't give him too much. I'll give him a little bit of credit. The fact that I would not have known who that person was ever. Okay. If it wasn't for that one summer when I was a kid. But let's be practical, guys. If you are a child, 10, 12, 13, 14 years old, ask yourself this question. Do you think that you're going to remember who this person is when it's a punishment? Mm-mm. The likelihood is no. The likelihood is no. So I'm not saying it to give him credit and take it away. Take it away. What I'm saying is that it did come into my awareness at that point in time. However, who I was already before was already indicative of who I even am today. But it does help because I would not have been privy to the person. Are you guys with me or not? Oh God. Is Patch okay or not? We gotta patch up Patch's heart. Thank you, Patch. Well, Patch, good thing you weren't trying out with me. That's a good thing, Patch. Nothing is wrong with Taurus people. Nothing is wrong with Taurus. Again, there's nothing wrong with any person, guys. It's all relative to who you are. It's relative to your own personality traits. It's relative. So please don't take it to heart. Please. Please. Yes, thank you, Rebecca. Good point. Good point. Good points. Good points. Good point. Guys, don't forget. I have two brothers who are Taurus. I love them dearly. I love them as brothers. And that's it. Mm-hmm. Oh God, guys, you're making me making me feel bad. Stop. All right, we're gonna keep moving forward though. All right, let's keep moving forward. All right. Oh yeah, okay. The whole point of me bringing the whole element up is because hold on. Um. Um, the reason why I brought that up was because I think it was relative to the bigger picture that we're talking about here. It also gives you some background of who I am, anyways. That's why I told about my grandparents and my parents and how I got here. But well, okay. I want to fast forward a little bit, but my whole life I was a person who was into personal development. Yes, and nobody put the idea onto my mind. I know my family would love to imagine, and so would people here. Probably, oh, your dad got you. No, I really no. I probably have traits of my dad, which would be relevant to thoughts and curiosities. Yes, but no, he never did, and but I will let it be. I'll let it be. No. I've always been a student of personal development for years, years, years. And to the extent that I would be in high school taking extra classes aside from the high school classes, okay? And then in college and my early adolescent life, at that point in life, I was taking classes I paid for out of my own pocket as a child to do more the educational learning that the high school couldn't offer me. And then obviously out of high school and into college and university, the university only gives you the class you're supposed to be taking. But I wanted more. I've always wanted more. I could not get knowledge and information from my parents, from my family, whether it was the lack of their awareness or their educational background, I don't know, but it was not enough for me. And I pushed and I pushed and I want more. And that's who I am today. I'm not satisfied until I got more information, until I know what's happening. But at the same time, over the years, I've understood the bigger picture. Yes, thank God. Thank God. But people will not understand the insatiable desire to know truth and to push at all levels, to pay as a child, to pay as a college student. Please, I don't know anybody like me, and I'm not here to toot my own horn. I'm here to tell you the truth. And I'm still the same person today. Do you know, when I was in these like leadership, I was taking leadership classes and all kinds of things that weren't even heard of. And when I found out one that I really, really, really liked, and I thought my family would be my family needs to be part of this. I paid for my parents, for my family to attend these events. Yes, at my cost. I paid. I paid for my cousins, my brothers to go. Now, they didn't all want to go. Go figure. You can't make people want to be more than what they're willing to become. You cannot make people want more for their life than what they're willing to do for their own self. So if you remember how I began this live stream, I said, I love my brothers, my family, and the dynamics are very interesting. Very much so. I would give my life for my families, my siblings, all of them. And I have done many things that people don't do. Many, I didn't even cover what I did for them to help position them, to help them persevere, to give them more. Mhm. And I've had to watch them do nothing with those elements. Do you know how horrible that feels? Over the years, not recently, this is going back in the day. But I have no regrets. Never. My heart and my soul would do it again and again. Now, not to be taken advantage of. Nope. No. But it's real. You can only do so much, though, for a person. And there is a point in time in your life, even when you know You have to accept, I have already done so, but I'm talking to you guys too. Nothing that we can do, nothing, no matter how amazing you are, no matter how you help position them, no matter what you do to mentor and guide them, the unfortunate part is that they have to want to better their life, and not just want it, they have to actually be committed and dedicated. Otherwise, they get exactly what they were dealt. Yes, guys. Yeah. So I've had to watch both my brothers um, in many unpleasant scenarios. Absolutely. Even after I've given them everything they could be needed to succeed in this life. And I have not gone into those details. It's not necessary, but I'm telling you, it's beyond your imagination. It is. Not to be vocal and vulgar, but to create the reality. Yes, absolutely. And so my point of saying this is that, like, you cannot make somebody else want more for their life than what they want for their own self. You just cannot do that. You can try, you can want betterment for people and your loved ones especially, but at the end of the day, they will choose their life. They always will. And it's hard to watch the people that you are helping give and give, and you watch them make mistakes, like baby mistakes, but they're adults. You watch them make the mistakes that are unnecessary, but they make them. Oh, like they're a baby, they're an adult making baby mistakes over and over, and you have to just watch the painful experience from a distance, but you're still right there. And that's the hardest thing in life to do, guys. It is. But as life goes on and the years keep pressing forward, I accept the family dynamics that exist. And they're real. No matter how you like to slice it, no matter what's happening, no matter how it looks for you, those are real dynamics that exist. And at the end of the day, I love them. I'll always love them. Always. They can make a million mistakes. They can, you know, they are in control of their lives, right? I don't like and agree with the things that they do, and what I don't like a lot of things. And there are things I would absolutely not participate in. But um, I will always love them and accept them. And now I have learned in more later recent years, accept even deeper acceptance that I have to accept that even as someone as evolved as me, and even somebody with the awareness and the truth of their life and my life, yeah, you know, I don't know how I want to say that. Hold on. Um, I mean, sometimes because I know so much more information about how the human being works and the conscious soul works, it's hard for me to pretend things that are not there. It's hard. I cannot lie to myself. So it's harder for me as a very mature person and consciously aware of elements that are very real. Yeah, it's harder. Absolutely. It's much harder. And there's a lot of things that I have to accept. And some of those things are going to be things like no matter how much some people I want to make sure I say this properly because it's hard to say this word. So I mean, yeah, like hold on. Some people must go through so many layers of tragedy, and I don't have to like that. And as me knowing what I understand about the way things work, it's harder to have to watch directly people go through. They don't have to go, but they just do. And so, you know, my viewpoint is it's unnecessary. It's so unnecessary, but for them, it's very necessary. It hurts my heart. But I don't control their life, and they have to go through the lessons they're supposed to go through, regardless of how horrible and tragic and unnecessary to me they may be. To them, it's necessary, and that's hard to accept as a human being, as a sister. But I understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it. I don't like it. And so I've learned over the years to keep my distance because it will hurt me big time. I don't want that for them. I want them to have the best, but not everybody wants that for themselves. And they have to want that. As an individual person, you have to want to better your life. You have to want more. It doesn't matter who you have on your side or who you don't have on your side. You as an individual have to want more for your life, and only you are in control of it. Whether you have the amazing family, with all the background education you have on your side, you can have all the money, all the wealth, everything. You can have nothing. You have poverty. You can have zero. You can live in the slums. At the end of the day, you are in control of your life. And only you get to say who you become and what you stand for. And nobody else can tell you. You can have things and information coming in your awareness, but you have to know. You have to know who you are and who you want to be and what you will allow and what you will not allow. You have to know who you're willing to stand up for and hope that's yourself. Hopefully you want more. And if you feel tired, if you feel drained, if you are tired of your current life, then stand up for yourself. Make this the time where you say, I don't want that anymore. I want more. At what other point in your life will you ever have the time to stand up for yourself and say, I don't accept X, Y, or Z. I want something new. Declare it. You have the power to declare whatever you want at any time. Don't ever accept what has been. I've seen my brothers do this, and it drives me insane. I can't. When they go that route, can't do it. They love to be in pity party. And Taurus does. Sorry, Taurus. Taurus will fucking drown themselves out in the pity party, and I will not stand there. Sorry. But what I will do, I will stand there as a rock. I will remind them of their own self-value and their own self-worth. Yes, I will. I will remind them they're more than that. I will remind them that there's more to the world. And that every time you choose a thought, it is your perspective, it is your choice to choose X, Y, or Z, but you're in control. That's it. And so anyways, guys, that is what I want to say for this, guys. All right, I love you guys so, so, so much. I hope y'all valued this experience. I know I went a little too intense, but when is it not intense? Cool. Well, guys, give me a thumbs up if you valued this broadcast and you appreciated my time. I hope you give me a thumbs up. I don't really ask for anything besides give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below because I do care about the comments. If you guys know me very well, I'm always in my comment section. Like, I'm very well in my comments. I do appreciate comments because I care about what people, whether you were in the live stream or not, or the replay, we were here live. I really care about your thoughts. I do, very much so do. I'm only one person, and I accept I can only be me, and I will do the best that I can be of me. All right, guys. And so I thank you guys for always loving me and accepting me for who I am, even with my intensity. I do. I love you guys. I thank you guys for supporting me, for believing in me, and for being with me in this process because, you know, it's really good and healthy to have people that you do trust, that you can lean upon, that you can know their personality. They're consistent. You know their personality. There are people in your life where you're like, okay, I know so and so will be. You can kind of play it out. And so I hope that you have somebody in your life, personally or externally or online, to be that, because it is very critical that you do have levels of consistency that are positive, not drama induced, not gossip induced, and not gossip induced. Because at the end of the day, guys, seriously, it sickens me. It sickens me to see the levels of nonsense. Yeah, and of course, all of that stuff always gets all the attention. Sure, we're human beings. We're all human. We're human, and of course, naturally, we are human, and people gravitate toward, nonsense. It is so much harder, guys. You have no idea. It is so much harder to keep attention in this kind of conversation over drama. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So I'm happy that we had at least 30 people here during this entire 2.5 hours, because that's amazing to me. Do you know most people don't want to grow? Do you know that most people are not interested in developing further? Do you know that most people don't want truth? Do you know that most people are lazy, too comfortable, and they'd rather not use their brain and go be a vegetarian? They're gonna veg out on their couch and go watch a bunch of drama and gossip. And I'm not opposed to that, but my God, you're not gonna see me anywhere in those elements. I work too hard to be truthful and authentic, to stand for less than that. And I am more than that. And I hope that those who are here with me can value that and want to be part of bigger and better and more and growing and productiveness and health and wellness. I hope so. I hope so. So I love you guys, okay? And you guys know my videos, just so you guys know, my videos or my channel, I don't make anything very special in the titles. Nothing monumental. It's just me here. I'm one person, but I will make a difference. If only one person here, if there's only one person here in the live stream with me at one point in time, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I am. I'm okay with that. I'd rather honor who I am, my truth, than anything else. So thank you if you're here with me. Thank you. I love you and I respect you. And I will see you again.